And I'm live. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, I already see people here in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I should have done this. That's fine. Hi, everybody. So, if you're new here, my name is EmilyHanhan. I don't normally stream solo, so this feels a little weird. Um, I am on tonight because I received my first ever PR package. And I want to thank everybody that's already here hanging out. I see Alex and Jamie and Eeyore, Emily Original, and Faye and Tracy. Uh, Thank you everybody for coming over and hanging out. I love you all. I appreciate all of you. Yay! Everyone. Hey, Carolina. So I know there's a whole lot of fuckery going on right now within the assholes at the top. But yesterday, I got my first ever PR package. So this is from Kaleidos Makeup. Most of y'all that I see in the chat are like fairly familiar with Kaleidos, but in case you're not or you're watching on replay, Kaleidos is a smaller indie brand. I have raved about a lot of their makeup before. If you are watching on the replay, I recommend opening up the live chat. That should be an option below the video because that's where a lot of great conversation is happening. So I just thought I would hop on and like show y'all what I got. I've never seen this like box packaging from them before, but I thought it was fucking adorable. So because when you open it, it has their name there. It says makeup on the bright side. And it came in like a shipping box, but I basically put everything back in here. Alex. Oh, thank you, Tracy. So I actually, the picture that I used for my quick thumbnail, I did a video that was a tag about if you could have a makeup collab, and I said I would do one with Kaleidos, and I think they saw that video, and that was when they like reached out. I thought it was okay. So I've talked to Audra about this, and I've talked to Kara and Alex, and I'm like, for my first PR, I feel very like mushy gushy about it, but I just thought the whole thing was really well thought out. And they have this thing called like the makeup on the bright side, and it came with this little card that is from just I guess somebody that likes Kaleidos, because the one side says write your own brief letter and send it to on the bright side at kaleidoscosmetics.com. We'll print it out and send it with future orders. And my little note says, hello, sunshine. You're an amazing, incredible, bright ray of sunshine, and you deserve the best day, from Caitlin. So I just thought that was like super sweet. And I hope everyone gets to, like, everyone that orders gets to experience that. Yeah, I agree. Kaleidos graphic design is on point. It's just like so much fun. I love how colorful it is. As I was like unpacking everything in this collection, I'm like, I want a place like Ulta to pick up Kaleidos. My cat just jumped up onto the table, so I was like, please don't knock my camera off my computer. But I feel like if they were in an Ulta or even a Sephora, but I feel like Ulta would be a more, I don't know, I prefer Ulta. They have their like packaging completely just like on point. So Kaleidos reached out a couple of weeks ago and actually asked me. They were like, we would love to send you some things. And so I listed out like, what I was possibly looking at, and they sent it basically everything over. So I actually asked for some of their older lip products, the Lucid Lip and the Lip Tonic, and obviously they're in very similar colors. Immersion and Mesmerize. Speaking of packaging, so their lip products, if y'all haven't seen it before, it comes like this, like tied at the top. And this is all just like paper, but it's so pretty. I don't know. I just think it's so cool. So these are the lip products I got. Hi, Tara and Courtney. Oh, Feffy. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the lip tonic. I've never tried this. I've had one of their Lucid Lips for a couple of weeks now. But this is like, I think it's supposed to be kind of like a blotted lip thing, but I just feel a little undressed. Oh yeah, it's it's very like thin and sheer at first. Okay. It's really natural. My lighting is never the best. I'm using my soft boxes instead of just my ring light, but with this webcam, I know it's not the best. It's really sheer. It's basically just my lips, but better. I think if I layered it up, it'd probably be a little bit more color. I'll go ahead and put the gloss on top because hello, everybody. And yeah, the PR got to me faster than I thought I would. Yeah, it was June 11th, and it showed up. So it was interesting because they reached out to me a couple of days before this collection launched. That's the gloss. The gloss is also pretty. And my friend and patron Tony, the regular girl reviews, she just posted like 2 days ago that she got her order, and I was like, oh my! And I DM'd her. I was like, you got your order so quickly. She's like, oh, I paid for like expedited like 10-day shipping. So I was like, oh, and I almost like I was going to reach out to Kaleidos and be like, I just am trying to figure out my schedule. Like, is there any tracking? And by the time I thought to do it, basically the package showed up. So a couple of things that they sent that I didn't actually request, but I don't mind having, they sent their sponges that are like called soft serve sponges and cute packaging. They feel really soft. I didn't wet them because I don't plan on using them today. I'm curious about this shape because it's very like cut both sides, and I've heard people compare them to the Pawpaw sponges from Shop Miss A, which are, if I'm reaching for sponges, they're my favorite. So I will use those. I'm probably not putting any face products on today. So many people coming in. Hello, thank you. And then they also sent me the tone activating eye primer. I'm not sure if I'm even going to try this. I didn't even open it yet. Everything I've had since yesterday. I've taken things out of the packaging, but I haven't swatched anything. But that's what it looks like. I don't know. I might not use this today because I've heard it's a little deeper. Actually, I'll like swatch it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty peachy, like deeper and peachy eye primer. So I don't know if I'm going to use it. It feels more creamy than like silicone-y. I'll let it dry down and see what it feels like. But knowing me, I'll probably try to pass this on to somebody who might have skin tone that's more suitable for it. But yeah, so then, and the other, I got the lip products, those are older, and the other older products that I asked for were their brushes because I had heard good things. So I think it's nice because actually this larger size I could probably use for a highlighter. And then, yeah, they're synthetic. They feel really soft. From feeling, I'm not like one way or the other. They're a little, they got a little splayed out, some of them, but I'm sure it'll be fine with a wash. Oh, people's PR got lost. I know a lot of packages from Kaleidos have been taking a long time to arrive. So yeah. So, okay, I'm just gonna take everything out of the box. So I have the palette here. I also have the blush duos. And then I have all 4 of the new highlighters. So I am officially swimming in makeup for multiple reasons. I think it is a permanent collection, but I'm not 100% sure. So I think I'm gonna start. Well, so I'll just take everything. I put everything back in the boxes because I thought the boxes were so cute. But, and I will say I'm very happy. Diamond Dasher, which is the one highlighter that I was probably most excited for, I know showed up broken for a lot of people, but mine did not break. It did make it, all the highlighters, everything made it safe in transit. So all the highlighters, if you haven't seen them before, are in these like little tins. And these two are more of like soft touch. I love the packaging on this one. It's just so cool. These are more soft touch and these are more metallized. I do like the feeling of these more. And I've criticized this packaging before. I don't think it's the most sturdy because what tends to happen is the hinge on this gets loose. But anyway, so this is Moon Cruiser. Oh, whoa. It looks blue, but when I shift, yeah, y'all are not going to be able to see. I was talking to Alex yesterday and I was like, I don't know if I should even go live because my camera is like shit. But, oh no, that's not going to do anything. But it's like blue, but it has a purpley shift to it. And then Mars Melter is definitely like one of those white to peach to red kind of highlights. Actually, I don't know if it'll be helpful. I'll just go ahead and start putting things on my face. Why not? I had a little moisturizer on, but that's really it. And for everyone that's just hanging out, no matter what you can see, I appreciate you. Oh. Yeah, this blue packaged highlighter actually looks much more pink on my face than blue. You're probably catching the blue a little more, but it reads more pink. And then, let's see. Mars Melter reads kind of like peachy red. I wish my webcam was better. I do wish it was better. Oh my goodness. Hi, Rachel Joy. I'm just gonna like check back in the. I can pull the computer in. It's so hard because if I don't have enough lighting on, then I'm just dark. And if I do have more lighting on, then I'm just washed out. Oh, this is frustrating. Oh. Let me try something. Don't know what to do. I'm such an amateur at this stuff. Yeah, it's just everything is getting washed out. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you about the nails. I'm just gonna keep. I know it's not super helpful being all washed out like this. Hopefully with the eyeshadows, it'll be a little bit more helpful. I had this fear. But I'm going to move on and let's see. Okay, so this is Ray Ryder. This was an existing color that they reformulated. I've never had Ray Ryder, so I don't know. It's pretty much just like a golden peachy. Oh, I wish I had. That's such a good idea. I wish I had something like that. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera itself off for a moment and just reposition the lights a little bit so that maybe they're not directly shining at me. It'll take like 30 seconds at most. I'll be right back. So oh yeah, that helps. Okay. So I just adjusted the lights a little bit. Thank you for the motivation to do that because I think you can see. So this is Moon Cruiser. And then that is Mars Melter. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. So I think that shows a little bit better what things look like. Thank y'all for the patience. I'm still learning things. Okay, so that is Ray Rider. So it's just a tiny, tiny bit deeper than my skin tone, but it's like a peachy golden shade. So tan, I've only talked about the brushes, I got the sponges, and I'm just playing with the highlighters now. Thank you everybody for all of your patience. So this is Mars Melter. So it has like a white base, but it has like a peachy red. I wouldn't say red, but like a peachy pink flash to it. Being reflectively pale. Yeah, and if I had a better setup where I had more natural light, I would just use that more, but I don't. So trying. And then this is Moon Cruiser. So it's looking more blue on camera, but it has like a very like purpley tone pink flip to it. And then, okay, so Diamond Dasher is the highlighter that I was really excited about. It was described as glittery, which I'm totally cool with. That's it on my finger. I would say it looks similar to Ray Rider. It's down here, but it's also on the hairy part of my arm. So, let me see. I'm gonna try using my flashlight again, but maybe not directly on camera. Oh yeah. So I would say, in terms of a glittery highlighter, Diamond Dasher and Moon Cruiser are more glittery. No, you're not going to be able to see that. Yeah, I tried. But at least for my own comparison, Diamond Dasher kind of reminds me of like Ray Rider and Mars Melter put together, but with some glitter. It has like kind of multicolored glitter in it. It's not specifically shifty, maybe the way the others are, but it's very pretty. And then Moon Cruiser is more of a glittery formula as well, whereas like I said, Mars Melter and Ray Rider are just more metallic highlighter. Also, I am going to do proper video with all of these products with my new camera that's so much better in quality, so I'll have like swatches that are a bit more helpful then. Ah, okay. Yeah, so Courtney asked, it looks like Courtney asked a question. Wait. Oh yeah, I have both actually. I should have pulled it out. I would agree with Legal and Lipstick in that Skywalker to me is just more of a blue highlighter, whereas Moon Cruiser is like a blue to violet pink shift. Purple tone pink flip, exactly. Oh, thank you, Janessa, and also welcome. I'm so happy to have it. And I have so many ideas and, to be honest, so many new products to film with, but I have a feeling, knowing how excited I was for this collection, because I was excited for this collection before I found out I was going to get it in PR. Yeah. Oh yeah, like Ray Rider on my hand is really pretty, but I could easily, and I might pass it on to somebody else because it's a pretty option, but it's not like my kind of option. Okay, so these are the blush duos. Now, I still feel odd about when I first saw these. At first I was like, "Oh my god, the packaging's amazing." And then as I started listening to Black creators and Black makeup lovers, I was like, I feel weird about these. Kaleidos did release kind of like a response to it, which I think is better than nothing, but not the best. I think in terms of attention to detail, they are fairly nice. These are another soft touch packaging. They have the detail in the back. They feel heavy and they're pretty thick. So I was almost thinking they might be magnetized, but I haven't successfully. So I have like little spice jars with magnets on them. So I'll always grab one of these to try to like check. They don't seem to be magnetized in terms of being able to take out the pans. So that's a thing. Spooky Squid, if you're talking about Ray Rider, I don't have the old one. When I've seen reviews, I've seen that the old one is a little lighter and maybe a little less creamy, whereas this one's a touch deeper. And I will compare when I do my video. I have Skywalker and I have the pink tone one. I always forget which one it is. The soft pink highlighter from their first release. When I do my video, I'll do swatches and I'll include the old ones in there too. Hey Audra, I'm glad you're feeling a little better. Oh. Yeah, I felt a little meh, but I also, maybe it's because I am partial to the brand, that I felt like it was honest and just that it was what they did, but I don't know. I'm not sure. So these are the two duos, and they are fairly like, the colors are not, they don't look saturated, they don't look vibrant, but I also haven't touched any of these. Yeah, I feel like the packaging, I feel like all of this collection, I like all the packaging, and I think color story wise it goes together, but aesthetically I'm not sure if it goes together. So this one is Lo-Fi Peach, and the matte feels like a nice soft powder. The shimmer feels a little firmer. So that is this duo. And the shimmer in the soft peach shimmer looks much more icy pink on camera, but it's much warmer, like orangey in person. So I'm thinking maybe it's like an orange and pink kind of flip combination. But also so I feel like it might be a whole like buildable thing, because when I go in and do a second layer, now I'm not saying on deeper skin tone it's never going to be a certain depth that will work. Like I'm not saying I know that one way or the other, but I do think the pigment, like I do think it's buildable compared to some blushes that I've used where it's just like the sheerness is all it does. And then, and if anyone feels like I'm making excuses for the brand, don't be shy. You can call me out on that, because I want to be as honest as honest, but I also want to listen and pay attention to what people are saying. Ooh, okay. So these two swatches down here are the pink. It's Lo-Fi Rose. So again, this rose seems super softly pigmented. And then this highlighter, like it looks like a highlighter for me. Like it's a pink with a gold kind of shine to it. So I think that one would probably work as like a highlighter on me. Whereas this one I would probably use just as a shiny blush or blush topper. Oh, thank you, Tan. I bet it was this one. I'm assuming it was Lo-Fi Rose versus Lo-Fi Peach, because the Lo-Fi Rose, I mean, it did build up in tone. It's looking really washed out on the camera, TBH. It did build up, but it still seems very, very soft. Whereas I think there's a little bit more vibrancy in the peach one. I'm also not black. I'm not brown. So I definitely recommend watching, Tina. There's a lot of creators out there that have either bought this or received it as PR. I have a feeling the brightness probably came from the shimmer, especially in the Lo-Fi Peach, because even though it's reading icy on camera, from here it has like an orange effect to it that I think would show up a little bit more intense. Yes, Tina is just the queen of reviews and swatches and all of that. Or Photoshop too. Yeah, definitely could be Photoshop, because Photoshop will do a whole lot of good. Oh wait, I keep forgetting. I want to put things on my face. Okay. Okay. That's clean enough. Do I need to? No, okay. I'm gonna do rose on this side. Wait, okay. So I'm not putting this, I don't have any foundation. I put on skincare and like a glowy primer like hours ago. So my skin doesn't really have much stick to it. And so with that in mind, even for me, someone that really likes intense blushes, this rose is very, very soft. And we'll do peach on the other side. And it's still very soft on camera for y'all, but this one I think you can see the color does build up or show up better. And this is all with the matte formula. I'm just building it up more around my cheekbone. I don't have to have my glasses off to do my blush. I can totally wear it. I'm just catching up with the chat. Oh, thank you, Pollyanna. Yes, Karen Harris. Karen Harris definitely has a video. I know Alicia received it in PR, but I know that she's not, like, her skin tone is not a deep skin tone. So I think Karen Harris and Tina are probably the two people I would think of, but I'm sure there are other, like, people out there, especially on Instagram too, because there's so many people that I'm finding that are just doing Instagram beauty stuff and not YouTube. So the rose is buildable, but they're still very soft. And let's see. Oh yes, it's a rephr brush. Almost every face brush I use is a rephr brush these days, except for my highlight and my foundation. So Peggy, YouTube is pretty well known for unsubscribing you from or not you in particular, but unsubscribing people. A lot of times what can happen, this is something that Audra said to me and I would agree with that, is that if you subscribe to somebody and you don't watch a video from them almost immediately, it's like they're just going to unsubscribe from you. Okay, so I'm going to go in. So this highlighter brush, this is a Shop Miss Say or AOA Studio brush. This is like my favorite highlighter brush. So I'm going to go in with, oh, they actually have names in here. Okay, so the rose, the Lo-Fi Rose, the matte is called Mood, and this is called Bloom. And this side is the rose. And I think on the face, so on me right now, it almost comes across as like a clear base, which I know it's not. And then there's like a lot of like a hot pink shine to it. And then, and I'm using these on my cheek, the apples on my cheek rather than as highlighters because I already have highlighters on. And I like shimmery blush. And then this is definitely more peachy, again, with a little bit of orange and pink. I would say, yeah. Somebody else earlier in the comment mentioned how they felt like the shimmer, or they'd seen reviews where the shimmers and the mattes don't necessarily go together. I do think they're not as like congruent as I would like them to be. I would say, like, yeah, it's going to be interesting to put this on like as a full face because, like I said, I like a shimmery blush, but I'm not sure if I like I think the peach tones together more than I do the pinky tones. Oh yeah, notifications are absolute shit for sure. Where do I have? I want to put. Where's my spray bottle? My Cat Behave spray bottle is same as my Face Mist spray bottle, which is why I always misplace it. I was gonna spray my face, but I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of Diamond Dasher. I'm a mess. I'm like, where did I put my mirror? Where did I put my facial spray? I'm all over the place. I'm just gonna put it on my nose. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, Diamond Dasher is a very sparkly highlighter. I like that. And right now on my nose, it's very much reading. You can kind of see it. It's pretty intense, but only in certain lights. So if I'm looking at my face like this, I don't see it. Like this, I see it. I like that though. I kind of like a highlighter that like hides itself and then shows up. So I said this earlier, I'm probably going to repeat it a couple of times. I am going to do a more thorough video. It probably won't be this week. It'll probably be next week or maybe early the week after because I want to play with these some more and then do more of a review. So this is just a first impression, Playtime. Y'all know the deal. I hope you do. Yeah, the Diamond Dasher is intense. I would say probably if you wanted a lighter effect, I would like if you have a highlighter down and then you want a little glittery highlighter on top. Sometimes I'll spritz my face and then use even my fingertip and like tap into the highlighter very lightly and then just tap it on top of where I want like the glitter. And oftentimes for me, I just want like the most intense intensity like right here. Depends on the day. Okay, so then we have the palette. This is the Escape Pod palette, and then this is the actual palette itself. It's funny how Melt did that lenticular packaging for the 420 palette, and I feel like there's a little bit of that on this palette where you see the blue, where you see it shining the most. That area has that like that makes that sound that makes my skin want to crawl. um, and it has the design on both sides. And it's definitely not a palette I can open with one hand, at least not yet. Maybe once it gets like looser, I will. But I wanted to show like how pretty is that as a little open book. And then if you haven't seen it, this is the palette. And then there's a mirror. And it is a, as I call it, it's a chunky baby. I should have grabbed somebody that I was watching compared it to like it's a little thicker than the Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette, but it's a little smaller. So not my favorite in terms of size, but yeah. Oh, glitter kitten, hello. I mean, I like this packaging too. I really like the whole aesthetic. I said this a little earlier. I like the whole aesthetic of the entire collection, but in some ways I don't necessarily feel like it all goes together. Oh, Audra, thank you. I do feel pretty lucky to have the skin I have. And then highlighters and blushes and shit always make me feel even better. Yes, I like those sneaky highlighters. Ooh, is she wearing highlighter? Then oh, what? I need sunglasses. Yeah, that's kind of where I am. So it has like a little step up, and the shadows are in the step up. So my main thing, I don't have any of the old Vice palettes. Do I have? I only have a couple of palettes by me right this second to compare it to. This is the Safari Rain. So it's a little wider, or it's a little thinner than the Safari Rain this way. And then in terms of thickness, it's like two Safari Rains. Yeah, it's two Safari Rains exactly. I'm trying to show you guys. 1, 2. So if that's helpful, what else do I have right by me? It's shorter than the Melt palettes. At least it's shorter than Gemini, quite a bit shorter. There. 3 size comparisons. So it's a little skinnier this way than Safari Rain. It's shorter than Melt, but it's like 2 Safari Rains in terms of thickness. Major chunks. So I think that it is like a small hardcover book, exactly what it feels like. It's pretty easy to hold in the hand. Like I felt like speaking of the Moonspell palette, I feel like that palette is a little too heavy to hold for long periods. I haven't tested it out with this one, but this one I do like because of the thickness of it. This just naturally stays pretty much upright. So obviously if I'm doing like a YouTube video, I don't necessarily need this. Like I might hold it more like this or something like that. Yeah, starting up to keep the makeup safe. Exactly. So my biggest, like the biggest thing that I wanted to mention, because I talk about it a lot with, I talked about it a lot when I got the Kaleidos Futurism. I have all 5 of the Futurism palettes. I was so happy when I discovered that the Futurism palettes were magnetized, which means I can take the shadows out. I could put all the shadows in a single, like an eyeshadow palette with other singles, or I could rearrange. I could create color stories within all of the different palettes that I have. This is not magnetized. I tried it a couple of times. It's not, they don't come out. Um, and I think with such chunky packaging and such pretty packaging, I would have loved to just have this like on display. I mean, I know not everyone likes the look of this, but even I guess I could just have the box on display, but I wouldn't have minded having this on display and then, you know, being able to have the, what happened? Oh, to have the shadows like in with my singles. But you know, take what you can get, I guess. I guess. Okay, so sorry. Don't check your phone in the middle of a live stream. So I did get the yeah, no, they're not. They're probably glued in. So they're not going to be something. I mean, I even think it could have been cool. Maybe not. I was thinking like if this whole piece could be popped out, the whole this piece, but then again, there's no protection there. So I do have the Kaleidos primer, but I'm going to use my normal primer, which is the Smashbox one. And then I did also bring over my glitter glue for when we do you work with the shimmers. So I don't know if their very first palette was magnetized. Emily says, I think it's weird the others are. I don't know if the Deep Sea, if the Futurism one was. I do think that like there are things with this collection that I like and things that I don't like as like a bigger brand situation. Wait, I'm just seeing things in the chat like what? What's going on? I'm confused. Yes, I will probably end up doing that as well. For any that I keep, I'm probably gonna take them out of the tins. I did that with the first 2 that I have, and one of the reasons I did that is because the lids on both of mine that I got from the first collection, both of the hinges like came undone, and I know I could have put them back together theoretically, but I was just like, I have a face palette already. I can just throw them in. Oh, okay. So the deep sea luster was not magnetized. So that's interesting. I don't know. I love the packaging on the Futurism ones. Um, so I kind of hope that they venture back into that, but I don't know. I'm just gonna prime one eye at a time because yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put some on my under eye since I don't have anything down there right now. This collection is my eye. Sorry. When you start noticing random wrinkles and you're like, oh, you're just getting older. That's what happens. That's what just happened. I had a moment of staring at my eye. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I agree. I need all palettes to be magnetized. I will forever, I mean, before I kind of stepped away fully from ABH because of their nonsense, I will forever say that Norvina missed a huge opportunity by not making those Norvina palettes magnetic. Like that would have been a huge thing. Mine don't pop out with a magnet, but I don't know. I don't know. Pfeffy, I mean, I put a poll up on my Patreon to ask people what they would want to see first. But just to give y'all, especially since you're here in the chat and I know you're like faves. I keep taking my glasses off. Why? To get a sense, yesterday alone, I had this PR show up. I had a long-awaited order from Kristen Lee Cosmetics show up. I had a second half of a Stupid Yes Style haul show up. And I got the Uma Beauty foundation and a brow gel. I've been a monster with makeup buying lately. Yes. I want them to just do like an all shimmer. That was my whole collaboration conversation. I was like, I want them to do a palette of special iridescent, basically like even more intense, amazing, like, I don't know, like what they do for the highlighters, but even better. Yeah, magnetic and cardboard. Exactly. Okay, so for this first eye, so this palette is, I mean, there. When I first saw this when I first saw this collection, my makeup goblin got really like intense really fast, and the longer I kind of sat on it before it was even released, I was like, okay, it's pretty, but, and I just kept saying it's pretty, but, and I will say in person, I think these two oranges are too similar, and the two greens, even though I'm a green lover, are very similar. And Kaleidos has done that in a couple, like the pink palette and the green palette from their futurism collections also has that issue. So I was actually really happy to get the PR message because I wasn't really sure what I was going to buy myself the longer I sat on it. But I think I actually want to start with purple for this eye and then maybe do something with the green shimmer with this eye. I'm not sure because there's not any matte greens. Oh yeah, exactly. Thanks to the Half Cousins Discord. Actually, if y'all want to throw out any colors you specifically want to see me use right now, let me know. I'm gonna start with purples, like with maybe the pink and the purple up here, but I'm happy to take suggestions. But I saw it on the Half Cousins Discord when somebody found it on Weibo when they did their when they shared it, and I took video screenshots of the whole entire collection and sent it to Alex, sincerely Alex, in the chat, and we were just like, oh my fucking god. And then the longer we sat with it, the more I think we both were like, okay. I'm also going to use some of my Refer brushes. I might dip into these as we go, but I do like to use like a primer and brushes that I know when I'm first using a product, just to make sure that I'm not judging it based on the wrong information. Okay. I'm going right into, I can't read a damn thing. Going into the one that has the escape button on it in the top left corner. This is pretty. This is also a teeny tiny little brush. This is a 13 brush. So it's more of like a slow and steady brush, which I like. So I've been watching reviews on this collection, and a lot of people are like, oh, they've changed their formula. The mattes take more building. And I'm going to be honest, I wasn't upset hearing that, because if they still get their pigmentation, I don't actually mind a slightly more buildable formula. I like really pigmented formulas that don't take that much time, but I don't mind a little bit more building. And besides some weird something happening right there, I'm happy with that initial 2-layer application. I'm just going to keep taking breaks in between my steps so I make sure I don't miss anything in the chat. Makeup goblin for president. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Courtney, I'm going to go from a single income household to living with my boyfriend and having 3 renters in the next half a year. I'm going to have so much more money for makeup. I have lots of thoughts and recommendations or non-recommendations, for sure. I have a whole cart built on Cleona that I'm very, very tempted to go through with. I don't know, though. Don't know. Wait, what are we talking about hauling? Now I'm distracted. I don't know what brand you're hauling from, Irene, but that sounds great. Yes, tiny brushes for tiny eyes. Olivia, I really love the Refer brushes. I bought the full collection on Kickstarter. I'm going in with the purple right next to it in the palette. I bought the full collection and I have no regrets. I have then bought I bought like so with Refer, in case anyone doesn't know, they do a thing called a concept store where basically they'll have brushes in there and they'll have them like half off. And the goal is that you'll give little reviews and thoughts. And a lot of times, especially lately, they've had existing brushes in their store. So they had the 13s in there. And I bought, you can tell the difference because I bought like four more number 13s because they're such a good small brush and they still will blend out. I mean, it's not as fast as using a bigger brush, but I don't mind that. One thing I have noticed lately, but I don't know if it's just me or what, I've noticed a lot more, I don't know if it's me or if it's my primer, I've noticed a lot more eyeshadow brands, their mattes are really built to just be packed on and then lightly blended out at the edges. And that's not really my favorite style. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm having primer like regrets or if things have changed with my skin or the brushes, even though I've had these Refer brushes for 6+ months now. I don't know. I actually had that realization when I was working with the Colored Rain palette, the Safari Rain. I'm like, whoa, is it me? Is it formula changes? Is it, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's been a little bit frustrating lately, if I'm being honest. This is blending out nice, but I still think it's one of those that like you kind of want to pack on and just lightly blend the edges. But I think it looks pretty. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Wait, brilliant idea from Feffy. Oh, thank you, Feffy. Thank you. I saw that $1,000 Sephora like dream cart thing going around, but I was like, I don't really care that much about Sephora. That is an amazing idea. Yeah, I made a cart that was about $225 Canadian, which is about I'm hunting for a brush. Sorry about this. And so that would have been about 175 US. And I was like, I mean, if I'm being honest, I have the money in my bank account, but should I spend it? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, the Refer brushes, I've been really enjoying them. That's why I keep going back to them. I'm just gonna, I went too far up here. That's kind of better. What's on this brush is a mix of probably leftover concealer and maybe a little eye primer in case you wanted to be grossed out. There you go. And then I went back in and did the same thing I just did. Why? Excuse me, you're seeing my full makeup self, which is that I make mistakes and I have regrets. Whatever. Anyway, okay. And then I want to do the pink flamingo on my lower lash line, actually. Do I have... I already have a brush that's slightly stained pink. I can just use that. Oh, yeah, or that, yeah. I think I would use, yeah, I could easily spend a lot at Cleona, but I think there's so many indie brands. I mean, there's so many brands where I would definitely spend more if I just had gift money. This hot pink is really fun. Oh. I was like, I want to get on live early enough so I'll be done in time for the Half Cousins because they're going live tonight to talk about everything going on in the community. But I see it's already 8 o'clock. I'm going to continue doing my eyes, but I obviously also understand if people are like, I'm going to go. I will catch up with that when we're done. Okay, so that's the hot pink. Such an uncomfortable thing to do. But it's a really pretty bright pink. And it blends into that purple beautifully. Okay. That's a super hot pink. And then I think what I'm going to do for something a little different is we'll bring in Tango, which is right next to it. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Here's where I admit, if you've been feeling like wanting to be juicy for the summer, Flamingo and Tango are really nice and bright. And do a weird little orange inner corner. And this is a nice little lower lash line brush, actually, a Kaleidos brush. Okay, what else do we got going on in that chat? You can multitask. I love it. I love it. I'm not the only one. I definitely do that. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more dark purple on the... Oh my God, I'm a mess, you guys. I'm a mess. I'm going to do a little bit more of the dark purple right here. And then we got shimmers to play with. Ooh. Oh, yes. Okay. Cosmic Cabaret. Oh. And then this is Space Case. So Space Case is in the middle of the second row, and Cosmic Cabaret is right next to it, right there. Space Case seems like it's more of a sheer, like, topper, whereas Cosmic Cabaret, holy shit, that's gorgeous. Oh my God. Of course I swatched it literally on the worst place possible. That is beautiful. Okay, that's going on my lid, and then I think I'll do Space Case maybe like on the inner corner and up over it. And if y'all want, I know I did this video once before. I did a video where I was comparing the menagerie make menagerie cosmetics, whatever, my brain, the pastel pup palette versus my single eyeshadow collection. If y'all would like to see me do that with this palette, let me know, because I think some of the shimmers, I think I will have overlap. I'm not sure if I'm going to have overlap with mattes, but I can try. I might wait until I ordered the Letho Cosmetics. I pre-ordered their new summer collection. I might wait till I get that one because that one has some bright mattes in it. But yeah, I could do that if y'all want to hear about indie single shadow shimmers that I have that might compare to the shadows in here. And yes, Half Cousins is already on. They started at 8. So, okay. As I said, I'm going to do glitter glue because that's just my norm. And that's what I know, how I know shimmers will stick on my eyes. Okay. Another rougher brush. Actually, I'm going to give y'all a warning. This supposedly is the P21. This is my absolute favorite brush to apply shimmers. Anything that you ever feel like I need to apply with my finger, 99% of those shadows work with this brush. And this brush will be in their concept store in July. Because I mentioned something on Instagram. I picked up some of their other recent brushes, and they're really kind people, kind of like the Kaleidos people. And so I asked her, I was like, is the P21 ever going to come back? Because it's amazing. And they were like, July, it's going to be in the concept store. I don't know when. I will definitely post about it on my Instagram when it shows up. But also, oh my god, this purple. You guys, this purple. I know you can't see how beautiful it is. I'm sorry. I'm going to be so curious to swatch through my purples to see if I have anything like this, because it's a pinky tone purple, but it's not so pink that it just looks pink. And then we're going with Space Case. And I think I definitely have colors like Space Case in my collection. But it is pretty. And it's a more blue tone purple. I put it like from here over, and then I'm putting it over the orange on the inner corner, which is actually making it turn into like a pinky purple inner corner. And I will also upload some photos, and maybe I'll do some video and put it on my Instagram story when I'm done, so y'all can see this more in action. Let's see. I don't know. So, well, I call it glitter glue. I literally just sat it down. Where is it? Oh, I call it glitter glue, but it actually is glitter primer. So this is the one I use. I use the one from NYX called Glitter Primer. I've gone through like 2 tubes of this in my life. I love it. Yes. Feffy, this is not a joke. If they don't ship to you and you want some, let me know. We'll figure something out. Yeah, I'll just do that. Depending on the situation, I'll take a look at my collection. If I feel like I don't have mattes to compare it to, maybe I'll just do a video all about the shimmers, and then at a later date I can compare mattes. Legal Lipstick is saying some of the shimmers are similar to the first palette. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. It's a shame that they discontinued that one. I just want to touch this. Ooh, okay. Starlight Sonata in the palette, which is this shade, kind of reminds me of like a nice glittery highlighter. So it's a little bit more chunky than Diamond Dasher. They're not the same, but in case you got the palette and you feel like you don't have like that intense highlighter look that you like, I think that actually Starlight Sonata could be a fun one to put on your face. Anyway, so that is that eye done, I think. So I have Space Case in the inner corner, Cosmic Cabaret over here. We put, I don't think I can read these things. We put Soiree, Mardi Gras, and on top, Flamingo and Tango on the lower lash line. So that is that eye. I wonder what the difference though with glitter glue and glitter primer is though, because like I said, I only use I call it glitter glue, but the label says glitter primer. I know they have like a pigment primer. I don't like that one in particular. And then what else? I know Too Faced has like a glitter glue, but I don't think you need to spend a lot of money on it personally because the NYX one works. Who else does them? I just recently picked up there's a product called Pixie Epoxy from an indie brand called Firene. If you've ever bought a multi-chrome and have had issues with creasing, I recommend the Pixie Epoxy because I have had that issue. And then Millie, Bad to the Brow, recommended the Pixie Epoxy, and that has stopped the creasing issue I was having, particularly with the Cleona stained glass, the jeweled stained glass multi-chrome. Okay, so my friend Alex mentioned maybe like an olive, like using this matte and maybe some orange with the green. So I think we're going to do that. And what I'm actually going to do is something I don't do a lot of. And like, I don't know if this is going to be a transition or what on me, but linen, I think is what it is, that middle shade. I'm going to put some of that down. Yeah, it's kind of like a peachy. It's like if somebody was like, here's a foundation match, and I'm like, no, that's not a foundation match. Kind of a setting color. I just wanted to see if setting my primer would help at all in some way. And then maybe I'll use their bigger fluffy brush. And I'm going to use Bossa Nova, which is this kind of funky, murky brown. Okay, maybe don't set your primer. Don't follow me. This is why I don't set my primer, because then the shadows are like, we don't want to show up. Because this is a pretty soft color actually, even on my finger, but it's struggling on top of the powder that I put down. Let's go in with a little bit of the dark brown. Oh, or a lot. Whoopsie. Welcome to me and my makeup. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah, doing that peachy color down first with this color combo, I don't like. I think that peachy color would probably be nice with the oranges, but with these murky browns, not the ticket. Okay. Not really in love with that, but that's more, I think that's more me than anything. Let's see. Yeah, the FYI I is like 10. Yeah, no reason to spend $22 for that. It's, I guess, a happy accident. I don't know if I really like it, but I've already been doing this for long enough. I'm not gonna like go back and do something else. But I'm gonna go in with the other orange, which is Carnival. I guess on my lower lash line, I guess we're doing that. So I think Carnival is a little bit more red orange, but I still don't really think you needed both in this palette. Playtime. Okay. I'm going to bring this orange into the brown a little bit. I like that a little bit more. And this is a random Luxie brush that I've had for years. But the most fun of this whole situation is the greens. So we're going to take out a little bit more glitter glue and call it time for green. Not going too complicated on this eye. I know that Exoplanet is a really pretty color. I didn't touch that one today because that's a color that I've heard a lot of people say is a struggle to use. So I will use it and I'll try to even show it maybe in a video, but I didn't want to have a total struggle on camera. It's not in the mood for that. So I know somebody earlier mentioned a brown and a blue and orange color combo, but that can be a challenge because blue and orange, they complement each other, but they don't really, but that means they're not going to blend together. Okay. And I'm tapping my glitter glue up even a little further because I think I'm going to bring that green up pretty high. Okay, actually, let's swatch these. Ooh. Okay, so Galactic Gala is more of like a lime green, and Saturnalia is more of like a, not even olive, just a green. Again, there's some differences, but did they both need to be in here? Not really, no. And again, coming from a green lover, still. Although it's interesting because on my knuckle, oh, you can't even see it. The lighter green almost turns yellow. So let's see what happens. We are going to go in with Saturnalia first. I will say, okay, let's try again. Okay. First application, I feel like this brush wasn't picking it up that well. Let's try something. So I do think the finger application was much better after I was just raving about how this brush works with most shimmers. Oh, that's pretty. There's a very subtle difference when you put them together on the eye. It's not like, oh my god, it's so different. This is a really fun color for the inner corner. But not, again, it didn't both really need to be in there. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Yeah, like blue and orange, you don't really want to put together where you're trying to blend them together, because they're not going to blend together. They're just going to continue to like, they're going to turn into muddiness. So this I don't love as much, but that's also because I went with browns. And y'all know, brown and I are not really that friendly. But I'm adding more on this outer corner because I do want a little bit more depth. And I would say, from just a quick first impression, I feel like this green Saturnalia didn't go on quite as like creamy or maybe as smooth as like Cosmic Cabaret did. So I don't know, that's just something to consider. And I think Space Case and Galactic Gala are a slightly similar formula in that they have some sheerness to them, which can make them kind of go over another color or work as an inner corner color. So yeah, that is the brown green eye. And yes, I will definitely, as soon as I get done on camera here, I will take some video on my phone and I'll put it on my stories so that you can see in better lighting kind of what some of these, I mean, if you love Kaleidos, you've probably seen a lot of this already, but so you can see it on me. Audra has, is it a baseball? It's something across the street from her house, and people are just hanging out like there's not a pandemic happening. Ridiculous. Okay, so I mean, I've managed to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I used 12 of the 15 shades. The only shades I haven't used on my eyes are Starlight Sonata, Amaretto, and then Exoplanet. Amaretto reminds me of some of the blushes. And then Exoplanet is a really pretty color, but like it's like I don't trust it from the reviews I've seen. Just saying. And I think I showed you already. But yeah, Starlight Sonata, you can't even really, you can see the shine, the glaze. Actually, a color like this is really fun. Well, I guess I'm saying this for somebody that has light skin. A color like this over glitter glue, like across the eye, would probably be a fun way to do like a wet look eye without glosses and weird shit. Wait, what's going on this weekend? Are things changing again in terms of the... oh wait, July 4th. A holiday I just don't care about because, yeah, I don't. Okay, so that is, I think that's everything. I've been on for a little over an hour, almost an hour and a half now. If there's anything that I didn't show you on camera that you want to see right now, let me know. Now's the time. I'll hang out for a little bit longer, but probably wrap it up shortly. Yeah, my first impressions are like, it's hit and miss. I'm really excited to have my first ever PR package. It's amazing, and it's from a brand that I generally feel really excited by, but they're not a perfect brand. Oh, no worries, Emily. You're all good. You know, it's not a perfect brand. It's not, I mean, I don't think any brand is. There's not one brand within my collection or on my wish list that I'm like, they've never released anything bad. But I am happy that they've, you know, paid attention to me. If I'm being honest, I'm like, thank you for the attention. Picnics? No. It's the 4th. Yeah. No, I'm staying in. Although that doesn't mean I'm not gonna hear a shit ton of fireworks, because we all know what that's been like lately. And I know it's gonna be even worse. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that's been hanging out. Yes, I'll probably give myself at least a week to play with everything. And I have a lot of new makeup, so it might be longer than that. Between now and then, though, I might do the swatch, like the shimmer video, because maybe I might have mattes too that I can show you. But just to compare it, because I know that it's easy to like see in your release and be like, I wish, but oh, Angie. Well, I'm wrapping up, but if you wanted to see a little quick rundown, I did get the palette and the blushes and their 4 new highlighters from Kaleidos, and then brushes, sponges, eyeshadow primer. It's just exciting because it's cool. I mean, Audra and I talk about, and Kara and I talk about this a lot, where it's like, it's really cool to see smaller, or to see these indie brands spreading the love to even smaller channels. Because I think that, I mean, it's nice to see that. It's nice to see my friends get PR. It's nice to see influencers or creators that I love get PR. And it's just really cool to have a brand be like, yeah, we believe in you. We want to send you some shit. Thank you, everyone. Oh, thanks, Audra. I'm going to go for now. I will be hanging out over with the half cousins, I'm sure. And otherwise, if you did enjoy this stream and want to give it a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. And as per usual, don't be shy in the comments or DMs or whatever and be like, I want to see this. Can you do that? I'll do my best. I'll add it to my video list. So when it comes to this collection or anything, have a good night, everybody. I hope you have an amazing evening, and we'll be back Thursday night on my channel, live stream with Audra, Kara, and I. We're taking tonight off, if that wasn't abundantly clear. But otherwise, hopefully see everybody very soon. Bye, friends. Wait.